Hello, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Leo, welcome. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for clicking on this reading. I am always so very honored to be able to bring these messages to you. I have not formulated the little spiel about, taking what resonates with you and leaving, what doesn't. And this is true of all readings, of course. There are going to be things that really speak to you. And there might be some stuff that you're like, I don't know what that even means, Lenor. And that's okay. That's fine. Hopefully there is something for you here. Stick around. These readings can get long and they go many directions. So you want to stick around and see, where does it go? Where are we going? Now, the opening energy for this reading today is the Magician. So I am very excited by this energy. Whenever I see the Magician, I say, yes, thank you, welcome, so nice to have you. Come in, make yourself at home, right? This energy is all about manifesting. It's about being the architect of your own life, of your own perception, your own reality, knowing how to build things from the ground up, okay? And there's also, the magician is so many things, right? There are so many kinds of magicians. There are so many focuses of the magi. But really, when this energy comes around, it is not a surprise, right? It kind of is like that moment where things start making sense. Right? All of a sudden, all of these repeating symbols you've seen, or numbers, or synchronicities, or, maybe you're thinking these are just a lot of coincidences. No, I am not unlike law enforcement in that. And this is maybe the only way we are the same. I don't believe in coincidences. Absolutely, I do not. I do believe in chaos, right? But I don't believe that we actually have many coincidences in our life. I think that, everything is part of larger patterns and ultimately, connecting back to one another. So, once you start to really be able to not only notice these patterns, but to be able to decipher them to some extent, then we really, really have that magician energy going. Okay, so we have the number, it looks like, I'm going to go with 312. 312. Okay, and the 1 is on its side. Now, we have a bird right here. You can see, here's the head and the wings. It reminds me very much of a swan. Okay, we have the swan. We have a sheep right here. Here's the head. Here's the body. Now, over here we have a person. Okay, now, in one hand, it looks like they're holding the illuminating candle, which is very much like the soul energy, or the lantern, the magic lantern. This is the thing that sheds light in dark areas of our psyche, of situations within our life. It is a real indicator of not only having a real clear vision right now, being able to really see beyond the veil, right? Beyond the what is the word called? Facade. The facade, the false front of something. And not only being able to see, but you are harnessing it because you are holding it. You are in power here. You are using your abilities to further your work, to get you closer to that goal that you have been, trying to reach. And so, I do feel that there is maybe a sense of trying to balance yourself out. And I think that this is something you're discovering as you are getting deeper into this work that you are doing. Now, if this is self-work, if this is like a project, if this is a business thing or a work thing, it's something that is meaningful to you. Okay, you are I would say pretty hyper-focused on this. This is like what your life is revolving around right now. We have the sheep, we have the swan. So we are going between these two kind of, one, the sheep being of peace, right? Kind of just going with the flow of things. Surrendering to the current, allowing for yourself to be led, right? And then partaking in some, real calmness, filling back up, taking it a little bit easier, stopping and smelling the roses. Now, on the other end, we have the swan. If you have ever been around any of these kinds of birds, now I'm not saying every bird. So if you are a swan and you're getting angry as I'm saying this, wow, it makes sense. No, not all swans, but some of them are pretty dang aggressive. They are not unlike geese that will chase you. They'll, really vocalize at you. And if you get near their babies, God help you, right? So I feel like this other part of self is a very beautiful, drawing in people's attention, really standing out. But with it comes this sense of, I feel frustration, really going fast. Feeling like you're always late, like you're trying to get everything done. You're trying to get everybody together. You're getting frustrated. You're trying to grab all the stuff, get all the people in the car, and get out of here on time. This is where I start to freak out, right? These transitional parts of the day with my daughter. So that's what it makes me think of, is this kind of almost frantic feeling rising. And somehow this really is kind of connected to you choosing a path that is to be seen, right? You maybe want to be, I don't know, maybe you want to do tea leaf readings on YouTube. Maybe you want to be known, do tarot readings, become a famous artist or a writer or whatever it is, right? Whatever public-facing thing that you have so wanted. Now, these things are not, the sheep and the swan are not mutually exclusive, not by any means. I mean, absolutely, we could vacillate between these. We could, kind of try to come to some medium between the two. And that's probably, I feel, what will occur. But I think at this time, there's kind of a fork in the road. And I feel like you are thinking to yourself, do I move forward? Do I really put my all into this thing? And that is, I feel you wanting to be seen, wanting to be known. Maybe that's locally, maybe it's globally, I don't know. But whatever it is, I feel like that is something that really does kind of tug at you. At the same time, I feel like you're ready for a little bit of a break, a reprieve from all of the busyness, all of the stuff that's been going on in your life. And really this kind of inclination to get some of that R&R, right? Rest and relaxation, filling yourself back up. So where do we go? What will you choose for yourself? You're a Leo, so I have a pretty good guess. We're going to take a look though. We'll see if it's going to give us any idea here. Okay. So, we have a ring. We have a key. We have a knight in shining armor. You can see like this big, broad shoulders, and it looks like wearing like a suit and that little feather thing they have on some of them have on the helmets, right? And then over here we have a person that looks kind of disheveled. I mean, really just kind of, maybe not like messy, falling apart, but yeah, maybe having a lot of fun, a little bit kind of unkempt, a little bit wild at heart. That's what it really feels like to me. Somebody who is wild at heart. And over here, again, we have the person with the illuminated candle, and you can see the flame here, and here's the large candle, and this person over here who also looks like a star, okay? Now, we have the eye. Okay. So I feel like there maybe has been in the past a situation where maybe you were engaged, maybe you actually got married, maybe you are engaged right now, or maybe you're hoping to be engaged. But I do feel like you have somebody, or you had somebody in your life who very much felt like a knight in shining armor. Okay. Now, of course, this does not have to be a man. Okay. Let me just, the gender does not matter here. Right. But somebody who you met, who you happened upon, your paths crossed, right? And suddenly your life changed. Now, maybe at first, difficult, scary, hard. That's the thing I'm feeling here. It was a difficult transition for you, but not because of your company, not because of the person that you met here. No, I feel like you lived in such a way, and it feels like it was a very intense childhood. Even up into your adulthood, young adulthood, some kind of dynamic at home, right? Made things very intense for you. And I feel like you wanted to get away from that, but you did not know how, right? And meeting this person, I'm not saying that they came and saved you, because nobody saves us. Right? Even when they literally, come and give us CPR. Yeah, okay. But nobody comes into our life and can fix everything, right? They can assist us. They can give us the tools. They might give us a little bit of help, but nobody can save us. And I feel like, this relationship opened up a whole new world for you. Okay, I think you learned a lot about other people, where maybe you grew up in a situation where, when you're young, this is what it feels like, I think, anyways, it did for me, that whatever's going on right there in front of you, that is the whole world, right? When I was like 18, 19, when I left home, I had no idea the expansive nature of humanity, of life, of the world around us. I just had no concept of how much variety there really is and how beautiful that really is. So I do feel like through this relationship, you discovered so much about the world, and most importantly, discovered that you did not have to live the way that you did as a child with your family, that you now were able to decide. So I feel like at some point there was at least discussion of marriage. Maybe you got married, maybe you didn't. Maybe you got married and you stayed together for many years. Maybe you didn't. I do feel like within the relationship, even though I would say you probably had a pretty good thing, I do feel like at times you had to really kind of straighten yourself up. You know, get yourself together, get your clothes straightened up, you know, shoulders back, chin up, all that kind of, you know, stuff. I feel like at times you have felt like you were losing that wildness. And I do. I'm just going to say it. I am guessing you were a pretty feral person, as a kid especially. But now, you know, and I think all of us kind of go through this. We grow up. We temper ourselves. You know, we conform. Absolutely, we do. Even the best of us, right? We end up conforming on some level. And I think for you, whatever it is that has happened, I don't know if your person passed away, maybe there was a separation, or maybe you're just really awakening within this time, right? It doesn't matter if you're in the relationship or not, you are awakening. And I feel like part of this is rediscovering yourself, you know, and that's what that illuminated candle is all about right up here. It is the hermit with the lantern. It is going into those dark places, that shadow area of our being, right? And this is where we put the things that are difficult to look at, the things we don't want to believe about ourselves, the things that we feel but we don't want to align with, right? Our impulses, our proclivities, our desires. And it can be things like anger, rage, violence, right? We shove that stuff down so often. We hide it away. And it does. It joins the shadow. It becomes almost as if it were its own being. But then we get into places like this where, the shadow work must be done. And it is. It is like unraveling. If you've ever had like a bunch of necklaces that got tangled into a knot, it takes time. It takes time, but it is doable. And it's not easy. That's the thing. It's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it, right? So I do feel you really coming to a place where you look around and feel like, hey, I've really lost some fundamental parts of myself. And I am unwilling to continue to live this way, because life is short, dude. Life is short, and life can be so much more. Life can be fun. Life can be beloved and intoxicating and, you know, valuable and worthwhile and, you know, hard sometimes. Yes, and the hard work, and sometimes we get lucky and we get into a place where we're doing work that, yes, is hard, but we love it and it feels good, right? But we have to work to get there. We don't just find ourselves there, right? So I feel you awakening to this. I feel you deciding, I'm ready. I'm ready to make Yeah, and what? What are you going to make? That's what I'm interested in. Put it in the comments. If you are an artist, if you are a creative, if you are a business person or anything else, I would love to hear about what is this next thing for you. So I do feel that ultimately it is. I feel like there is an emerging love here. I do think it is a romantic love. I do. And you might be saying no romance for me. But I have the arrow and I think that you've met somebody. And I feel like you have, like a crush, maybe you're in love with them. Maybe this is like a thing that's been going on, over the years. And when you're away, you don't necessarily think about them that often. But when you get in each other's orbits, it is a magnetism that is undeniable. I feel this kind of really coinciding with the work that you're doing. I feel that as you are going through this cycle of reimagining, there is an openness to your heart. And I feel like it's almost kind of like you're attracting people to you, if that's your intention or not. I almost kind of feel like you want people to see you. I don't know that you actually want them to be attracted to you or in love with you. Although I don't know, maybe. But I feel that there will be a connection here. It will be some kind of love connection. Will that be realized? I don't know. But I do also think that there are a couple other people that are kind of, I don't know, trying to pursue you a little bit, maybe a little flirtatious. Yeah, and I don't think that this feels bad. I think that you kind of like it a little bit. And I think that's a great thing. It's a nice reminder. I'm still alive and kicking here and people are still, into me. So I feel like there's kind of this not overly serious, but kind of a lovely little dalliance of love happening, right? So I don't know. Is that going to take hold? I'm not sure. I kind of hope it does. Let me be honest. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it seems that we have the desert or the wilderness as kind of an energy here. So I do feel like you are probably having dreams or visions that maybe include this kind of motif of the desert. If you could think of like, Jim Morrison, right? Tuning out or what was it that they used to say? Turn in, tune out, or I don't know, whatever. You taking some plant medicine or whatever it was and going out to the desert to have visions, to make music, to wander, right? And I feel like you have the same kind of energy. Now, are you going to the desert really? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you live in the desert. But I do feel this expansiveness. I feel this goes along with that feeling of clarity because it is kind of like being in a landscape with really open skies. You can see for miles and miles and miles. And I feel like in this place, we do have a sense of fire rising as well. And so that is the wand, or the passionate, sensual, creative energy, the life bringer. And I feel like for about maybe the next 6 weeks or so, there is going to be some kind of close work with a Capricorn. We have the Capricorn right here, the goat, sea goat. And I almost, maybe it's at work. Maybe you're going to be working on a project together, or maybe this is a family member and you know, they need your assistance or something like this. But for about 6 weeks, this is going to be a pretty important part of your life. It's going to be taking up a lot of time, I think. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for your Capricorn's arrival. Now we're going to do our 3 lucky numbers. We have number 84. 84. I always hold it way back. You can't even see it. Does it matter if you can see it? Look, there it is. 84. Number 90. 90. And number 65. 65. All right. Now we will do the water blessing affirmation cards. And I will just stop where it feels right. And it looks like we have somebody. Oh, yeah, somebody swimming in the water. Beautiful. Number 33, give thanks. Take a deep dive into your own free flow. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. I don't know if I said that right. I just need to start saying things with confidence, like I know what I'm saying or how to say it. Anyways, Leo, I love you. Thank you for being here with me. It's always such a pleasure. We are getting into Leo season pretty soon here, so I would love to hear what you have going on for your birthday. What are you planning? I know you Leos, you really do it up. So, yes, definitely share in the comments. And if you have a prayer request, you can put those in the comments as well. Or if you want to email me at ulaishere@gmail.com, I would be happy to pray for and with you. Also, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, you know, it helps. It helps with the algorithm. It gets the readings out there further. And yeah, other than that, I think we're done, Leo. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.